Have you ever looked at your life and quietly wondered, why can't I just be normal? Maybe you prayed for peace, but your mind still races. Maybe someone hugs you, but instead of feeling safe, your body tenses. Maybe people tell you to just let it go, but your heart doesn't know how. Then the guilt begins. Maybe I'm too damaged. Maybe God could use someone else, but not me. Maybe I'll always be this way. If you've ever believed trauma made you broken beyond repair, stay with me. Trauma may explain some of your struggles, but it does not define your identity. Hello, friends, and welcome back to Calm in Christ. This is a place where we have honest conversations about trauma, anxiety, mental health, faith, and what it really looks like to follow Jesus while carrying emotional wounds. If you're new here, I'm so glad you've joined me. My prayer is that by the end of this video, you'll feel encouraged, understood, and reminded that God hasn't given up on you. Let's begin. There's something every person who's experienced trauma needs to hear. Trauma isn't proof that something is wrong with you. It's proof that something happened to you. Those are completely different things. Many of us spend years blaming ourselves for the ways we've learned to survive. Maybe you overthink. Maybe you struggle to trust people. Maybe you apologize constantly. Maybe you keep everyone at arm's length. Maybe you feel emotionally numb. These aren't signs that you're broken. Often they're signs that your mind and body learn how to protect you. Imagine someone breaking their leg. No one expects them to run a marathon the next day. Everyone understands healing takes time. Yet when our hearts are wounded, when trust is shattered, when we live through fear, we expect ourselves to recover immediately. When we don't, we call ourselves broken. But healing has never worked that way. Trauma whispers one dangerous lie: you are what happened to you. But that's never how God speaks. Throughout Scripture, God continually called people by who they could become, not by what they had survived. Moses doubted himself. David experienced betrayal. Elijah became overwhelmed. Peter denied Jesus. Paul carried ongoing pain. Yet God still used each of them. Your struggles do not cancel God's purpose for your life. Many people think healing means pretending the pain never happened. It doesn't. Healing isn't forgetting. Healing isn't denying. Healing isn't acting like everything is okay. Healing means your wounds no longer control your future. Think about a broken bone. Once it heals, it's often stronger than before. The break becomes part of the story, not the ending. That's exactly how God works. He doesn't erase our story, He redeems it. Maybe today you're thinking, but you don't know what happened to me. You're right, I don't. But God does. He knows every sleepless night, every panic attack, every lonely moment, every disappointment. Psalm chapter 56 reminds us that God keeps track of every tear we've cried. Not one has been forgotten. You have never suffered alone. One of trauma's greatest lies is changing how we see ourselves. Instead of saying, I experienced trauma, we begin saying, I'm damaged. Those statements are worlds apart. One describes an experience, the other becomes an identity. But your identity isn't found in your wounds, it's found in Jesus Christ. You are loved, you are chosen, you are seen, you are known, you are God's child. Healing doesn't always happen overnight. Sometimes God heals instantly. Sometimes healing happens slowly. Sometimes through prayer, sometimes through counseling, sometimes through healthy relationships, sometimes by learning healthier ways to respond to old pain. None of these make your faith weaker. God often works through people just as much as miracles. Seeking help isn't a lack of faith. Sometimes it's one of God's greatest gifts. If healing feels slow, please don't believe God has forgotten you. Think about planting a seed. For weeks, nothing seems to happen. But beneath the surface, everything is changing. God often works the same way. Even when you can't see it, He's working. Even when you can't feel Him, He's present. Even when progress feels invisible, He's faithful. Imagine carrying a backpack filled with shame, fear, rejection, pain, and the lie that says, I am broken. Now imagine setting it down. Jesus doesn't shame you. He doesn't rush you. He simply says, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not because you fixed yourself, but because He loves you exactly where you are. Today, I want you to remember one simple truth. Your trauma is part of your story. It is not your identity. Only God gets to define who you are. When He looks at you, He doesn't see someone beyond repair. He sees someone worth loving, someone worth restoring, someone worth calling His child. If today's message encouraged you, leave a comment below saying, my story isn't over. If this video blessed you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs hope today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep trusting Jesus, keep taking one step at a time, and remember, your story isn't over because God isn't finished with you yet. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.